Hi all, welcome to my next video. Today I'm reviewing and giving an overview of Fate Grand Order Arcade. It's a game based off a mobile game of the same name. The characters and settings match the mobile game, and it even uses some of the systems that the mobile version does too. Fate Grand Order is based on the Fate Stay Night visual novel that came out on PC back in 2004, and there's quite a few other Fate games, mostly beat 'em ups as well as some animes and manga, etc. The Fate Grand Order arcade game uses the aim card for its data card, which can also be the Bandai Namco card as well, so you can use both of those. The game itself runs off a deck of cards that you have, so every time you play and you win matches or lose matches, it doesn't matter, you can pay 100 yen and you get one pool, basically similar to a normal gacha game. There's a lot of daily logins and things as well, since that's the sort of game it is. Here you can see me actually having to load up my deck, so I've got a few cards because I played it quite a bit. It is quite an expensive game since a temple does take like Senen, so which is about, I don't know, £6-7 I guess. So yeah, it's not the cheapest of games if you keep playing it. But if you get dupes, then it raises your special attack, so all of them get a noble phantasm, as they're called, and if you get dupes, it will raise it from level 1 to level 2, 3, etc. until you hit max. You can also get shinies as well, so the card itself is shiny, and it does give a shiny effect when you load up the card itself, but actually I've noticed no difference at all other than that shine. You have different options, so you can do like the normal story mode, fighting AI. There's a PvP, which is the bulk of it, and you get some event modes every now and then. It plays very much like a gacha game, so you level up your characters. So when you get your characters, you put like essences, they called, in which level them up. You can unlock them with like uncap them and stuff with duplicate heroes and whatnot. Again, very much like a normal gacha game, and very much like the mobile game of Fate Grand Order itself. So if you've played the mobile game, there's a lot of it which is pretty much cut and paste. The main difference is actually in the gameplay itself, so it doesn't play anything quite like the mobile game is, which is just selecting attacks and selecting the cards. This is like a 3D battle arena, so it's 3v3. You've got one of the buttons goes through the targets. You have something like a sprint button, so the different classes that you have, such as Saber, Berserker, Archer, Assassin, Sorcerer, I can't remember all the names, but each one has different sprint bar, and because they're different types of characters, so usually the ranged ones can't run as fast, while the ones that are melee usually have a bigger sprint bar to get them into the battle. The game itself has something like a social aspect to it, so your favourite characters you can put into your room, and from there you can have like your social links with them. So if you've got like a favourite waifu, you can chat to her and unlock some costumes or whatnot. There's also lots of seasonal characters, lots of things for like the summertime or Christmas time, etc, etc, etc. This, however, is probably one of the better battlers, like sort of fighting games that is out there on the arcades at the moment. Though it's not as popular as it used to be, it is still a very, very, very good game. If you've got people to play with, even better. But even on your own, you can go into the PvP. The PvP itself is not massively balanced because everything's based on levels and uncapping your character and going beyond and bonus and these like buff cards and such. You don't always get paired with the people who are like similar level or anything like that, so sometimes you can be put into an absolutely brutal fight. Sometimes it can be just about right. The combat itself is actually not all that hard, so it has the same card system as the mobile game has, so you have quick cards, art cards, and the damage cards. I can't remember the name, but they'll come up shortly. So when you fight, you can just attack, and it will randomly choose the cards and just put them in to make the attacks, or you can use the touch screen. So if you use the touchscreen, you can select the cards, and if you played the mobile game, you get bonuses if you stack the free cards. So if you stack the free quick cards, or the art cards, or the strong attack cards, then you get a bonus then. Usually you get an extra attack, and it gives a little bit of an extra damage to it, or boost. Also, part of these cards important is, for example, the quick cards are actually quick attacks, while the strong cards are the slow, bigger damaging attacks. But the art ones, if you hit with the art ones, you get more of the energy for your Noble Phantasm. So if you manage to fill that up, you can actually use your Noble Phantasm attack. If you die before it's filled, you cycle to your next character of your 3 that you choose, and you don't get any of your bar, so you just lose out. If you do a lot of quick attacks as well, you get something what they call critical stars, which give you a chance to have critical attacks. So all these are again systems that have come from the mobile games, which they've kind of copied into the beat 'em up itself. So I'm about to go into the first match here. So you can see my guy in the middle. I've got Siegfried, who's not a 5-star. He's actually a 4-star character. Maybe I should mention that as well. So there are rarities to the characters. So just like gacha game, you got the super rare characters. You got your sort of lower tier trash, I guess, characters. So I was quite lucky. I got Siegfried twice, so I've managed to get his Noble Phantasm to level 2, and I fully leveled him up as much as I could, so he's probably my best character. And I got Berserker, who I believe is a 4-star as well, and one other Lancer as well. I think he's a Lancer. So those are my 3 main sets, though I generally use Siegfried first and foremost. As you can see, the combat is really fast. You have the energy, sort of, you're fighting to fill the grail, so the first to fill is the first to win. When you get kills, fills it up. There's some times where you get bonus damages and attacks, so you get like extra energy to fill it up. You can see who's targeting you. The lines that come off, if they go onto your character, like these red lines, it means you're being targeted. So in this case, I'm being targeted, so try to get the hell out of there. You can see your teammates' health on the left side, and your teammates' characters on the right side. You can see the enemy's health and the enemy's characters. Here I was trying to select a lot of the cards myself, so you can see me touching them. Sometimes making mistakes. You can see just above the cards, it shows like the percentage. That's the critical percent. As you get those critical stars, you'll get higher crits and you'll start doing more damage. If you chain the right ones, you get extra attacks and things like this as well. There's also a power-up that most of the characters get. Now you can learn new power-ups from what I've seen, though I've not worked out that system correctly myself. But at the bottom, for instance, for this rider, she does a heal. Her name is Malta. I guess it's supposed to be Malta, possibly. So yeah, she gets a heal that you can use if you press the button. It'll cut it in and do that. One other thing I've mentioned as well is when even though you can always attack, if you're not attacking, and someone attacks you and you attack, you do something like a defend. So you use up the cards you have, but it does a lot less damage. Like the enemy's attack does a lot less damage. There's also times where you can be kind of stuck. So if you hit a wall, it puts you in like a stagger, and that's the worst case, because usually when you staggered, the same person can attack. You can like carry on attacking you then, and yeah, if you're really unlucky and all 3 of them are targeting you, you're probably dead. So after each match, you usually get some level up items and a few other items used for unlocking the other cards. As I said, you get a one-time gacha go every time after a match, so you can put 100 yen in, press the button as I do, and yeah, I pray, hope for good luck. In this case, I think my luck was very good. I just got another duplicate. I've got Lancer, and it's just a bog standard Lancer. It's a new character for me, but it's a 2-star. You can see the stars at the bottom of the card, so nothing to get super excited about. Though you do get a nice little introduction to the character each time, so they usually tell something about themselves, like, I guess, because they're all supposed to be. Sorry, I didn't mention. All the characters in the Fate Stay Night series are supposed to be like historical figures or heroes, like heroes from stories. So Siegfried, I guess, is the German knight, though I'm not sure on the story. The original saber from the series is supposed to be King Arthur, though they've gone for a woman, because they need wives. And yeah, you get a few other characters. Not all of them are historical figures. They even have ones that are like heroes from the future and things like this. But the universe, the Fate Stay Night universe, is much bigger than when I played the original game way back when. So yeah, I'm going into my second game, so this is a good chance for me to show you. I'll actually skip forward a bit, and I'll show you what the big attacks actually look like. So if you see at the bottom left, so you can see my health, but there's also another bar, so that is your arts bar, or your noble phantasm attack bar. When you fill that up, the controls itself are quite simple. So you got one button you have on your right, which is your attack button or your defend button, depending on when your timing is, and then you have a big button in the middle, and that's for your phantasm, noble phantasm. For that attack, it's actually a charged attack, so you have to hold it down until it's full, and then it does the attack. As you can see, the attacks are pretty cool. Not all of them are damaged. There are actually ones that are buffs or heals or shields, depending on the character you have. But they're big. If you can hit the whole enemy team, you might be wiping them out, or you're saving your whole team in it, like when there's a super bad situation. The game itself plays really nicely. Like I said, it's one of the ones I highly recommend if you do get the chance to play it. The controls are really nice and smooth. They're really simple as well, because you only got one attack button, which is your defend button. You got dodge button, which is your sprint button. You just have to tap it, and tap to dodge, and then you've just got your target. So you're not like over encumbered by masses of buttons. It's really easy to play. Just there's a lot of menuing, I guess, at the start when you're getting your characters and you want to be leveling them up so that you can actually like compete with others. But once you work that part out, getting into the PvP is super easy. Mostly just queuing and waiting to get in, and then yeah, try your luck, see how well you can play. Once you play after a bit, you get used to like when you should dodge, keeping an eye on who's targeting you, making sure you don't run out your sprint bar, or using it well to get like close to whoever you want to be taken out. Yeah, and trying to work well with your team really. Yeah, not much more I can say about it really. It's a super top-notch game. Looks really nice, plays really nice, very smooth. Maybe the major issue with it is expensive. You are going to be, not only do you have to pay for like energy, so if you want to play longer you can put more coins in, usually up to 500 yen. Sometimes they do some sort of like discount or a cheaper price, usually not when the game's just released, but this has been a while now, so maybe on the weekends, or yeah, if the game's not looking as popular as it could be, then they might chuck out a free like discounts, and maybe 300 yen for like full GP, as they call it, for matching up. Here you can actually see it's printing the card, so even though I chose it to do the gacha, it takes a little bit of time for it to print. Usually after the match, if it's got enough time and it's warmed up, it'll do the print. Yeah, anything else to say about it? No, really good game. I hope some of you guys get the chance to play it. And so yeah, that's it. Thanks guys for watching this video, and yeah, look forward to more coming out week after week. And yeah, please subscribe, check out my older videos, and any comments, more than happy to hear them. Okay, take it easy, guys.